Yes, is Bob Quinn's best move. Maybe running a card, putting him up off the waiver wire. Marvin Jones, as a free agent, was a really good sign. And I thought they overpaid for him a little bit. I thought maybe he was more of a number 3 than a number 2. Is that a problem?
Yeah, he lived up there what he was brought in. He was quality, he was available.
Yes.
There's not a better person in the NFL.
I know.
They may be equal, but he is a great guy.
And he went through his child passing away, too. Jackson.
Trevor Bell.
It's the same thing.
I know, it's Darryl
Guys
Bell.
that you're familiar with.
I know, but don't you want to win? They could win, but not in 2 years.
But here's the thing: is like as much as we want to say, Darryl Bevel. Yes, I'm sure he stood on the table and said, "Hey, I know this about Marvin Jones. I know what he can do." Jamal Agnew. That's a little bit of a different story. I know he was an offensive guy, but that's more of a return issue. But when it comes down to it, it's the GM and the head coach that have to sign off on this.
Right, I understand that. So, when's Jesse James, Amendola, and Galladay go?
Come on. Yeah, Marvin Jones is a solid signing for a rookie. You're going to have a rookie quarterback. He's a chain mover.
I know. No, I'm saying he's a good player. I'm asking him about Marvin Jones. Wouldn't he want to go to a team, or could he go to a team that has a better chance of postseason than the Jaguars will in their first 2 years under Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer? No, for the Jaguars, it's a great move.
Well, the wide receiver market isn't moving like we thought, though.
At all.
Maybe Jones kind of saw that from afar. He's like, I better take what I can get right now.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Because I'm telling you what, right now, there's going to be some disappointed free agents. This cap not going up and coming down. There's not enough money to pay all these guys.
Especially when at that position where the draft is loaded with them.
Exactly. Galladay, I think, I think he's going to wish he would have been franchised.
Well, you think he's going to wish he had taken the contract last year?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, if that's true, the $18 to $19 million a year.
That number has evaporated. Whether it's because of the fact that he only played 5 games, or the fact that the cap went down nearly $20 million. The wide receiver group, and we had talked about this, when you lose, a number of good players in that group, that because they're franchised, we thought that Kenny Galladay was going to be the belle of the ball, but it's a very deep group, and you can get for, I don't want to say on the cheap, because it's still going to cost you a few $1 million, but you can get quality receivers and not have to pay what you would think you'd pay for Kenny Galladay, the top receiver in the free agent group. And especially when you start looking around and say, okay, well, the pass rushers, they cashed in on the day one of legal tampering. Last night, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Trent Williams.
Yes. I was hoping you saw it.
Just signed a monster deal with the San Francisco 49ers.
Highest paid offensive lineman ever, right?
Yes, 6 years, $138 million, 55, just over 55 guaranteed. That's a hell of a deal.
It's a great deal.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. I don't know if it would even happen or if they would offer. Do you think there's any chance with the wide receiver market, at least the money not being what we thought it was, that the Lions go back to Galladay and say, hey, you want a multi-year deal, around 14, 15? Would you recommend the Lions do that?
They'd be foolish not to at least explore it. And so, yes, I would think that they would go back and say, hey, we would still like you here. Now, the question becomes Kenny Galladay's attitude and what will it be like if he had already turned down 18 or 19.
Right.
They didn't franchise him. Now he's coming back because it depends on what that number is. Is it going to be, it's not going to be franchise money. So is it 14? Is it 13? Are they going to give him a Romeo Okwara deal? 3 years, $39 million?
They should offer that. Whether he'll accept it, I have no idea.
Right, but that might be the best deal going for him.
Yeah, you're right. But like I said, there's so many really good receivers out there collegiately that in the draft that maybe a team said, you know what, why would I pay this much money for this guy when I can get somebody pretty good either in the first round or even in the second round? That might be really good.
And that goes again to what do you feel the Lions' issues were with Kenny Galladay? Was it, and we weren't in the training room. Was he hurt enough to not play, or did he just want out of Detroit? Did he want to get to free agency? some of that, may prevent them from saying, hey, no matter what, we don't feel like he fits here.
Or did he just not want to be around Matt Patricia?
Another valid question. That's probably why he originally turned down that reportedly 18, 19 million, because he didn't want to be stuck with a coach that he didn't want to play for.
Our telephone number 248-539-9797. After the Tony Ortiz update, one of the greatest excuses of all time.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A radio.com sports station. Sports headlines all day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk, this is 97.1 The Ticket.
Pistons will go in search of their first victory since March 3rd as they battle the Toronto Raptors tonight at Little Caesars Arena. You can hear that game right here on The Ticket, starting at 6:35. The Pistons get some good news injury-wise yesterday as doctors have cleared rookie point guard Killian Hayes, out since January with a hip injury, to resume on-the-court work.
I got the opportunity to do a lot of work on my body a lot. I've been able to watch all the games from a different point of view, so I get to learn from point guards from other teams, even our system, how our guys play and everything. So it's been tough at the beginning, but now I'm seeing the brighter light, and I'm just excited to come back.
Game action, though, is still a ways off for Hayes, who will be reevaluated by team doctors in 3 weeks. Adam Ernie's 2 power play goals in the first period helped the Red Wings sail past the Carolina Hurricanes last night, 4-2. Lions added a Pro Bowl defensive lineman to their roster last night as team officials have agreed in principle to acquire Michael Brockers in a trade with the Los Angeles Rams. In addition, the Lions signed free agent running back Jamal Williams to a 2-year deal yesterday. That deal worth a reported $7.5 million. There were 2 moves of note in the NFL last night as the San Francisco 49ers agreed to a free agent contract with veteran center Alex Mack and also re-signed tackle Trent Williams to a 6-year, $138 million deal. That deal's the largest contract for an offensive lineman in NFL history. The Tigers lose to the New York Yankees 7-4, a Grapefruit League game that took place yesterday in Lakeland. From the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studio, Stoney and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
Thank you, Tio. Good morning. Happy St. Patrick's Day to those celebrating. If you are imbibing, make sure you have a designated driver. Drive safely. Don't do anything stupid. Our telephone number, 248-539-9797. That's also the ticket text as well. Don't forget, you can always download the radio.com app. Hit the rewind button. Listen to anything that you might have missed on our show or any of the other programs. Country Anderson, Mike Enrico, Rojo, and Rieger. 9:02, perfect example. If you're working, you can't listen. 9 o'clock, Juwan Howard will be on our program. So later in the day, if you want to listen to Juwan, just hit that rewind little button on your app, and there you go. What he has to say about it as they prepare for the NCAA tournament. Now, I thought we heard probably the worst excuse of all time late last week for something, where a announcer in Oklahoma had an open mic on, didn't realize his microphone on, and unfortunately referred to one of the teams in derogatory racial tones, using the N-word, etc. And when asked about it, basically, I admitted, it was a horrible thing to say, but, I'm type 1 diabetic and my blood sugar spiked, and that's why I said it.
I was delirious.
Yeah, I was delirious.
That made me a racist.
It turns me into a racist. Exactly. Well, this is not as, damning or, shall I say, harmful, but this one is right up there with it. Kyle Kuzma of the Los Angeles Lakers. I saw the actual video of this.
Oh,